What is going on, you guys? Free Logic here, and welcome to my channel. A little bit about me. I'm a graduate of economics and finance. I studied economics back in my home country, and I got my finance diploma in Toronto, Canada. One day in 2023, me and my girlfriend had a wild idea. We had a goal to move to Canada, and so we went on that flight, and mind you guys, we had no idea what we were doing. As far as we knew, we needed to study, get jobs, and everything else to live a normal life in Toronto. And we were so anxious about going back to school since we were required to. Imagine that, guys, back to school after college. If you guys were to ask me, I didn't want to study anymore, but it was a requirement to go to Canada. I studied finance in my designated school in Toronto, and everything was going normally, but there was one thing I missed. While I was busy with this and that, I missed playing, man. I used to be a hardcore gamer. I played on console, PC, and mobile, you name it. So one day, I re-downloaded Clash Royale, and out came this account I haven't played in years. The last update I remember was, I think, the Firecracker Evil one. So, coming back to this game, it presented a few challenges. You might be asking, how am I going to hold my own against mismatches on whales, those overpowered accounts? That's why I'm here. I'm here to help you guys fight, even as a free-to-play gamer. I know what you guys are thinking, it's hard to think about. My thinking is, I really enjoy it whenever I beat somebody over leveled. We like being the underdog and winning. So in this video, you'll see how we'll beat someone who is higher level than us and we don't even have evos yet. You guys saw in the match before this one, that was my main deck. This right here is my second war deck, and our strong suit for this deck is that we have a level 14 Archer Queen and a level 14 Fireball. We're gonna drop the Golem and we're gonna drop the Fire Spirit over here to get some chip damage from the Dark Goblin. Let's drop the Goblin Cage to counter the Mini P.E.K.K.A. 1, 2. There we go. We're just trying to recover some elixir because we lost a lot, we overspent. And we have the Dark Goblin, Hog, Fireball, and Archer Queen on our deck. Let's drop the Archer Queen here on the bottom right. Fireball on the Wizard. And then we drop the Egon, Hog Rider. Ready for the log. Ooh, great log. To drop the Dark Goblin over here. Get a Fireball on that push. Yeah, the Dark Goblin's just gonna clean up nicely here. And then we drop the Ice Golem to kite. Drop a Hog Rider. Yes, we take out the Wizard. Now it's time for us to play defense. Archer Queen. Finish that evil Valkov quickly. Drop the Dark Goblin and then an Ice Golem to tank. That was bad cannon. Ooh, the Fireball value. Let's go. Queen ability. Finish the tower off, please, please. Let's go. Third match, we're playing against Kazwara. I'm gonna drop the Hogs real quick on the right side, get a reaction. And guys, whenever somebody just drops a Firecracker, just keep in mind that you can always activate your King Tower. You just need any troop at all. And that's important because that can win you games. Drops his Kelly Barrel. we're gonna drop the bomber over here to finish that off. I know that's gonna take some damage, but I want to get a reaction, another reaction. Let the bomber march through the bridge because I always want my opponent to be spending some elixir. We just spent 3, I'm gonna ready the bar barrel, and we get a ton of value because he drops the wall breaker over there. So we take everything out, drop the hogs because we have an inferno dragon on the bridge. We got our knight against this mighty miner, and that's gonna be finished off because we have an inferno dragon and he doesn't really have a good counter for it. We get really good damage over here because we dropped the princess on top of the golden knight and the inferno dragon. I know what you guys are thinking, there's a firecracker on the bridge, and I just said to activate your king tower with it, but we haven't really gotten much opportunities in this game because we got somebody who is aggressive and he hasn't really let a single firecracker cross the bridge on their own, so we do have to defend. And we take out that tower because I know that he overspent on that Kelly barrel and the arrow combo, and he does take out our tower. We immediately drop the princess on the right to get some chip damage, and I take that any day. 1 hit. We spent 3 elixir. We spent 2 for the log. I'll take that any day. We drop the guards for the mighty miner and ready the bar barrel. Nice, we take it out. Drop the princess because we have some guards. Drop the hogs for the Tesla. And he has to deal with damage on his tower, the melee damage. That was a bad Inferno Dragon by me, because this Firecracker is just going to take it out. I'm going to drop the Bar Barrel for the Wall Breakers, and drop a Princess for the Skelly Barrel. So that can march all the way to the bridge. He does arrows it, but we do have guards to counter the Mighty Miner. Tesla, so we Golden Knight ability, and then a Hogs to finish it off. We still have a Bomber marching towards the bridge. We do have range damage, and the Princess seems like it's going to finish the tower off. Drop the Bomber over here. He does drop the Mighty Miner on the left, and he's going to ability, so I'm guarding. And then he drops a Skelly Barrel. I think that's a bad Skelly Barrel because I can just Knight ability and then Barb Barrel over here. No damage. So now we got a big push marching down the bridge. And I'm going to Hogs to counter this Mighty Miner. Push it away. Have some guards to deal with it. And then we Knight ability. Finish it off. We get some chests from those 2 matches. We get some Hog Riders, some trophies, and yeah, I'm gonna see what I can upgrade. We did get a 5-star chest a while ago, and we got like 11 Archer Queens over there. So I'm upgrading to level 14. And I do want to reach level 34. That's going to bring me a level 12 King Tower and an Archer Tower. Or Archer Towers. And I'm going to show you guys 2 more matches from my 2 best decks for War. I'm just scanning my decks, my collection, to see what best to upgrade to reach the level 34 and level 12 King Tower. Because as an F2P player, a free-to-play player, you can't just be upgrading everything and end up not using it. We don't have the resources for that. So we gotta be smart with what we upgrade. And One thing I would suggest is to upgrade the small elixir cards, the one, two, three elixir cards, because elixir management is how you win in this game. If you have a deck that has an elixir average of four or five, that's gonna be hard to play with against log bait, um, low elixir cards like wall breakers, that type of stuff. So you gotta make sure that you have a defense, a cheap defense for those cards, so that you don't get outplayed, outcycled, and you do have a fighting chance. Because I'll tell you what, if you have a deck with Golem, Lava Hound, those high elixir cards, before you even drop three or four cards, you're already finished. And that's just the way it goes in higher trophy arenas. We finally get level 34 and level 12 King Tower, upgrading the princess over here. And now I know that I got a little bit stronger and I'm gonna be able to fight war better, have better matches, climb more trophies. Now I think I'm ready for war, and I'm gonna be using the same two decks because I recorded these matches on different days, so I think those are all war matches that you guys saw. But we do find a match finally, and we're fighting against Balan's Sun. And a little tip for you guys is when you're on this screen, right at the very start, after it loads, there is a chance for you to see the level of Archer Tower or whatever defense tower your opponent has. And for me, that gives me a nice estimate to see what deck I'm going to use, because I don't want to use my best deck for someone who is under leveled, because you don't need that. You typically want your best deck to be used for somebody who is of equal level or higher level, because that's your best chance of beating them. And I'm assuming that the deck you also upgraded is your comfort deck. So we have a Skelly King marching and we missed the guards. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. This princess is going to take out our guards, but that's okay. We dropped the barb barrel to hopefully take out the princess tower and didn't, so I'm dropping the knight and we clean up nicely. We do take some damage. I'm gonna drop the bomber and the delivery to take out the thingy. And the good thing about delivery, you guys, is if you guys drop it right on the bridge and it marches, there is a chance for you to get some damage on the archer tower, and that forces a reaction. Again, whenever you force a reaction, you're dictating how the game should go. Because let's say I drop a princess on the bridge like this, there needs to be a reaction from my opponent. Otherwise, he's just going to be taking tons of damage. So one thing I do practice is I want to make sure that I'm not wasting any elixir and time, and I'm making my opponent spend as much elixir as I can, so that he doesn't deploy the combo that he wants. Like, look, although this golem here takes out the archer tower, it wasn't really supported, and we did defend badly, but That's okay, because I'm about to drop Hogs right in the middle and an Inferno Dragon, because we have a Golden Knight marching on the left. We Golden Knight ability to take that out, and the Inferno Dragon is just locked in the tower. And I don't know what to tell you guys, but this deck is pretty hard to stop because we have a couple cards that need a big reaction, and it goes without saying that your opponent needs to overspend or at least spend to counter your card. And so that sort of dictates how you want the game to go. Because I've seen tons of matches and I've been in tons of matches where all throughout the game, all I'm doing is defending because number one, the opponent can cycle much faster than me, and I just got played, I guess. Like, the game that he wanted to go, that happened because of the minor stuff that you do in the beginning and what your starting deck is, that type of stuff. So it's all variable, much too variable, and you got to work with what you have. And that's the reason why I made this YouTube channel, because I don't want spending to take the fun away from gaming. And I know that most games that we have nowadays, you do need to spend to enjoy them. But for Clash Royale, although we do have spenders in this game, there is still some justice to the matchmaking that we have. And I don't think the game is going to match you up with someone who's like 12,000 trophies or whatever, and you have like 8,000. And I guess I just really value enjoying the game, you know? I enjoy the game and I don't mind even if some players are spending much more than me or more powerful than me, because one thing I learned in this game is that everyone makes mistakes and outplays do happen even when you're under leveled. So I'm here to help you guys maximize what we can maximize to increase the chances of us winning. And I want to help you guys build your decks. I want to help you guys extract value from what decks you were given. I know that a huge factor in this game is luck, how often you get those 5-star chests, but that's not all there is to this game. And I just want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to create my first YouTube video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Peace.